been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go. Chain up, no one knows. But I won't let the stormy seas throw me in open water. Let me have my peace and leave me till tomorrow. Wind into my sail, away from things I let go. Floating on the waves, we go bottoms up, we go all the way.
Welcome to another episode of the Azimuth Adventure. Before we get into this week's episode on the motor rebuild, we have something very exciting we want to share with you guys.
We would like to invite you all to something that's coming up here really soon. Most of you don't know about this yet, but last year we went through a truly eye-opening purchase process of our Azimuth dinghy. After the purchase, it suddenly wouldn't hold air anymore. Turns out we bought a glued PVC vessel. To make matters even worse, we couldn't find anyone willing to repair it because of its construction. Which begs the question, what's the difference between Hypalon and PVC? How can you tell the difference when looking at used boats? Is PVC really that bad if the price is right? Are there any shops left out there that are willing to work on PVC materials? If you have questions like these, I found the professional willing to answer them. I found an article written by Zoey on sailmagazine.com. A link to that article we'll put in the description below.
Not only has Zoe agreed to take on the repairs of our dinghy, helping us get back out on the water, but she's also agreed to have this Q&A and answer any questions that any of us might have on the pitfalls of the different materials and buying new and used dinghies.
Click the Facebook page link in the description on this episode and check out the live stream Q&A that Zoe with Offshore Rafting is putting on. For your convenience, the link will be in the bio.
Then, tune back in here next week for next week's episode, and we'll tell you all about our horrible dinghy debacle and how Zoe at Offshore Rafting turned it all around for us.
Alright guys, we're back here with the motor again. As you know, we have our block here that we got bored out and everything from Southern Style Racing. And then we got our head machined at Muscle Machining. John and Luke helped us out with that. Looks good.
Valve job done.
Valve job. And then we also got our injection pump and our injectors from Florida Injections. That was Andrew that helped us out with that. Did a good job. And as you know, we got a lot of our parts from American Diesel, and Brian helped us out with that. So far, all of our stuff we have ordered has been in stock. So we've had really no issue with getting parts. Alright, our latest order that we got. Like I said, Brian helped us out here with ordering these parts. Alright, and these are
Careful with those, yeah.
fuel
Look
lines
at those.
that are like pre-molded specific to our motor. And the old ones had some damage to them, cracks. We just want to make sure that a lot of PSI goes through those and we don't want to run into a problem. So we just went ahead and got the new ones.
Right.
It was pricey, but at the same time, it's going to be less expensive just doing it now rather than waiting for a problem or finding out that they needed to be replaced in the beginning.
Yeah, they should have just been.
So
I think it might be.
I think that we're doing it right here.
Yeah, you can see actually this one.
And that looks like the one that we got replaced. Looks like this one.
So what of these needs to come off of them to go onto those?
It looks like everything's attached.
What about
All
this
the
part?
fittings. Look. I think it's the new fitting. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. I know that they've updated certain things on these motors because obviously it didn't work and there was lots of corrosion and problems that's happened over the last 40 years. So
what kind of material do you think this is? Look at that. There's like a
ding in it though. Maybe not. I think it's just like from bending it, probably.
One of the purchase points, one of the places where it grabbed. See, that looks like all of it except for that last nut and whatnot there.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know.
It seems like it might be missing this part right here.
Maybe.
And that's a seal, see it? Mm-hmm. What's that? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's that new seal that we wanted to replace anyways.
So those are going to go on either side of the exhaust manifold?
Yeah, that's gasket. Order. There it is.
That's what we needed. I damaged the other one.
All right.
Man, we are in business.
Looks like we have about everything we need to put this back together and hopefully be done with it. No more taking it apart.
Hopefully. Lord willing and weather permitting.
Hopefully. And then back to the boat, hopefully soon. Okay.
Which one is mine?
I hold it up, you say what it is.
Okay.
Maybe he don't know too.
I might
That's
not
what
know.
I'm saying.
You're probably right. I think that is the fuel lift pump.
Wrong.
Am I wrong? Let me see.
This is one solenoid.
Oh, is that the shutoff solenoid?
Possible. Something solenoid.
Electric stop kit.
Ah, this is the electric stop
Fail.
kit. Fail. Dun dun dun.
Failed that one.
Nice. This came with bracket.
This is the shutoff solenoid, my love.
I
electric
like
shut-
I like the first
Electric-
one better.
Okay, what else we got?
Am I showing you again?
No, that's
What are
fine.
you doing? Hoses of some sort.
Okay, so these are for the oil distribution, and so they are much larger diameter than the originals, and you're supposed to get an increase in oil pressure with these new upgrades for the motor.
Another hose.
Yeah, but this one is different. This is the
Change.
the
oil
drain.
change
Yeah, the drain
adapter
kit.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so this is a kit to make changing the oil easier on the owner.
All right.
So I do believe that this is the raw water pump,
Okay.
but it is an upgrade because it is a single piece. It is no longer
All
a
right.
two-piece.
2-piece. No.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
Let me
fresh
see.
water pump.
I think this is one is a fuel pump, a low pressure fuel pump, the small one.
So the
This
fuel
one?
lift pump?
Yeah, I can see.
Yep, that's the fuel lift
Yeah.
pump.
Okay.
This is a low pressure pump.
And then I believe that is the raw water pump, but it's a single piece drive.
I'm not sure
You're
this
not-
is a raw because the raw water is no can pass through on the engine.
So what is that?
It's a fresh water pump.
Okay.
Does it look like that other one at all?
You see, this one is goes on.
Well, so what's this one? Is it the same bracket?
yeah, this is a
Ah,
fresh
so
water.
this is fresh water.
Yeah, this is a raw. Outside,
Yes,
no
let me
pass
see.
through on the engine.
Fresh water. That's the old fresh water. This is the new fresh water.
So just have to put a pulley on.
Put the pulley on there. That
raw.
is the raw water
Yeah.
pump
And it comes with the seal.
with a
Gasket.
seal gasket. Okay.
It doesn't really
Oil
fit
pump
in
back
there.
on. So we had to order a new neck and a new expansion tank reservoir from American Diesel Corporation. They sent these instructions, and according to the instructions, in step 3, tanks of this kind, manufacturing date need a modification. They need this lip that used to be there that has obviously been corroded away over time, that still has quite a bit of raised area, needs to be ground down and smoothed out so that we can lay the new neck flush inside of its space here.
This is a 2-part slow curing epoxy glue, which is like JB Weld. This is what they had that we're going to use to glue the new neck into the, what is it?
Expansion tank.
Expansion tank.
It's the cooling system's expansion tank.
But it's a slow curing, it's like 4 to 5 hours.
I'm gonna offset this overflow outlet here.
Just remember, it connects to that other thing.
Three.
Five.
Yes. 6. That's 7. Yes. 8. Yes. You're good at guessing the bolt pattern on our head. Yes. And 11, yes.
This is so fun.
13, yes. 12, we're gonna check torque specs one more time. Cylinder head bolts 105 to 110. Okay, can you see the brass, the washer down inside? Yep. All right. So we're having to put the O-ring into the housing on the head first. If you can see down in there, we got to position the brass washer the best we can. Center it up, right? That gets us started. Do you have some kind of like small flathead screwdriver or something? Because this looks like it has some kind of debris or dust down in it. Look down inside that one. That edge right there, see that edge? See, getting these on with them already on the injectors would have proved impossible, because we can't get down in there to guide it into its spot like that once it's on the injector.
Yeah, this one is all have to looking up. All the valves is lift around. Yeah, it's have to looking up like this.
Done?
I think so, yeah. Check out the...
It went to 22.
Yeah. Nice and snug.
Yeah.
Okay, that was number 8, right?
Hold on. Want me to push down?
Right. 1 and 6 are open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see where we're at with this timing now.
We're trying to get the marks lined up appropriately. There's a mark right there. And then there's a mark right there. So we're trying to get them all lined up the way they're supposed to be so that we can have everything timed correct.
Here, stay right here. Okay.
That's lined up. That looks lined up.
Yep.
That looks, so we have one. That'll be lined up.
The fuel injection pump.
And that's lined up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me what you're doing now.
We're trying to align the
Turn
fuel
it.
injection pump.
Yes, is correct.
All right. All lined up.
Sir.
Oh, you did it.
We wouldn't have done it without you.
It's okay. This is a banjo.
And this tightens down on here.
But I think this one have a step. Have to tight this first maybe, and after that one. So maybe this one's first, and after that one.
Please check out our blog and don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Thanks for watching.